Okay, now talking
Yeah.
about the response of the Nigerian government, the new development, or rather what we are experiencing, is that the Minister for Information and Culture, Mr. Lai Mohammed, in a press briefing yesterday, has said that the work that CNN had put in bringing out the report as to what the facts are showing happened on the 20th of October at the Lekki Tollgate, he's now coming out to say, well, that's pure sensationalism. It does not in any way correlate with the facts on ground. It's a poor piece of journalistic work. But when you look at the CNN reports, you see that it closely collaborates with reports from Premium Times, reports from
Absolutely.
Nigeria's DJ Switch, who on that very
Yeah.
day was having a live streaming on Instagram on the events playing out.
Yes.
It makes you question the body language of the Nigerian government. If at all the Nigerian people will ever come to know the truth of the events that played out on that day. What are your thoughts on the body language of the Nigerian government in relation to the events of the Lekki shooting, the shooting at the Lekki toll gate?
Yeah, Ben, you see, I said this before on this platform, and I'm going to say that again, that, the event that is happening in Nigeria right now, as regards to the NSAS protests, shows and goes a long way that this government cannot be trusted. They can be trusted. They've made promises that they never, fulfill. And, I was not surprised. I wasn't really surprised to, the honorable minister saying that, the CNN report is sensational. I was expecting that. I was actually expecting that because, the event, there's a lot of conflicting reports from the government of Nigeria, as well as, the state government of Lagos State. It's really disappointing. It's really disappointing to say that, the CNN report, which is so concise, so thorough, because these are established media houses that goes their way to do thorough research before they even give out any information out there. So to say that the report is sensational, I think is very, let me say, very insensitive of the minister to say that. And in a Senate climb, the position of the minister, it should be recalled. It should be called for, they should be calling for his resignation to say such a thing, and then to collaborate all of this. These videos are there. The facts are there. The facts are there. There was a live stream by DJ Switch who was live there at the event. So you can't tell me the video was doctored. You cannot tell me, CNN report is sensitive when they went on to do a thorough research, sent in their personnel to be on ground. And then, as a matter of fact, when the executive governor of Lagos State went to the hospital, he saw, patients that were shot. They were gunshots at that event. And previously, the government denied that there were no military personnel at the event, that live ammunition were not shot. And then they came back again and then they said, no, we were there, but the gunshot that they had were not live ammunition. So it's really conflicting. I think this government cannot be trusted. If you ask me, it cannot. They cannot be trusted. And then the reports from the government as a rebuttal to the report of the CNN, it's really disappointing. If you ask me, so
Now let me quickly call your attention to something else playing out on the country. We are hearing that in some quarters, some young persons who were really involved in the protest are either getting arrested. In the case of one Mr. Eromosele, who just yesterday was released on a 1 million naira bail as required from the courts here in Nigeria. But we also know that in a couple of other quarters, some young persons who were really involved in the protest got their passports, international passports seized and those kinds of things. It begs
True.
the question, and you ask yourself, what should be the response now? What should be the attitude of young Nigerians in the light of how the government is responding to the event? What should young Nigerians be doing now in order to continue to push for a better Nigeria?
Thank you for that. You see, the thing is this, I will urge them to continue to be resilient, to continue to put Nigerian government on their toes until we begin to get positive impact and tangible results. They shouldn't relent now. As a matter of fact, the protests haven't ended. As a matter of fact, the protests haven't ended. So it continues. And Nigerian youth should continue to put the Nigerian government on their toes to demand for accountability until they begin to do the right things. It's not just words, it's not just promises. They should continue to pressurize the government. And I want to commend DJ Switch for whatever she's doing right now, you know, appearing on every other media platform.
Yes.
I read in the report where she said that, the Nigerian government is a dictator government in estranged in democracy. I mean, you understand what I mean? So it is true.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it is true that what we're experiencing is a dictatorship government, a tyrant government that that is covering up with a democratic face. So we are not giving up. We are not backing out yet. We are not backing up. We are not. We cannot be discouraged. We cannot be stopped. We'll continue to lay our demands. We'll continue to speak up. We continue to push the government until they do the right thing. So the Nigerian youth are very much awake, like they say, they are woke. So we are continuing the protest and we'll continue to lay our demands until they are met.
But are you optimistic that what young Nigerians are pushing for, which is for a better Nigeria, are you optimistic that
Yes.
we are going to get to that point where we can all confidently say Nigeria is a country we can all be proud of?
Most definitely, most definitely. You know, what this government failed to realize that this dispensation, this generation of youth are not the youth of the 90s. They are not the youth of the 80s. These are youth that are driven by tech. These are youth that are smart. These are youth that are making Nigeria proud, placing Nigeria in the map. In the entertainment industry, we're doing great. In technology, we're doing great. We're breaking many grounds. And these youth are working. Like I said, we are working. We know how and when and, how to demand it. You for a fact that yes, we are very optimistic that the change that we demand from Nigeria, we will see it. And this generation is the one to bring it to pass, because Nigeria can only be built by Nigeria. Nobody is coming to build Nigeria for us. That has to sink in. Nigeria will be built by Nigerians. So what we are demanding, we are very optimistic that this government will respond, and subsequent government would not, treat us like second-class citizens. We are all citizens. This is our country. We are on this country. So the change that we demand is genuine. The change that we need is genuine. We want a system that works like in other climes. When you travel, you see things working. So what we are demanding, we are very optimistic that we're going to achieve it. Whether this government like it or not, we cannot be stopped. We cannot be stopped. So they need to be assured of that. They need to realize this real quick, that this youth, this generation of people are not the ones that, they can shut up. This generation of youth are not the ones that can be bullied. So we cannot be bullied. We cannot be bullied. So we have all the resources, we have all it takes, we have the contacts, the connection, and the voice, which is very, very important. And we are united, unlike before when we are divided. We are more united than they ever think of. So if they think they're going to come bullying us with religion or bullying us with whatever form they want to come up with to try to divide us or to shut us up, we are more than optimistic that the Nigeria of our dream will be achieved.
Thank you very much, Theophilus Osuya, public affairs analyst and social commentator. Really passionate comments from you there. Thank you very much for speaking with us on iBrandTV. Your perception and your perspectives to issues always leaves us better informed and more inspired. Thank you very much. We look to have you again here on this platform next time. All right, take care of
so much,
yourself and be safe out there.